Ever wished you could, like, hop in a time machine? Well, today's deep dive is going to be the next best thing.
We're doing some serious time traveling, yeah. Back to the Tang Dynasty in China.
Through one single poem, which I gotta say is pretty ambitious, even for us.
We're going to try to unpack a whole era, a whole culture, just from these lines, but that's the beauty of a deep dive. Right?
Totally. So, to set the scene, imagine yourself way back when on the edge of this massive empire. Stars are out, like crazy bright because there's no light pollution.
And a bit of an edge to the air. You're on the frontier, after all. Not exactly the safest place to be.
Speaking of which, that brings us to our source material. This poem, Goshu Ge, right off the bat, you get a sense this isn't some romantic nature poem.
Oh, absolutely not. The title alone, Goshu Ge. It's like a declaration. This is about somebody.
Somebody who, I'm guessing, doesn't mess around.
Exactly. And the first verse throws us right into it.
Okay, hit me with that translation.
The Big Dipper stars hang high. Geshu wears his sword at night.
See, told ya. Even just those words, I get chills. It's such a powerful image. That contrast, the vastness of the sky and then bam, this ever-present danger.
And that's not even scratching the surface. You got to remember, for the ancient Chinese, the Big Dipper wasn't just some pretty pattern of stars. It was everything. Navigation, seasons, they even linked it to the emperor's power.
Oh, so right away, this Xiu is connected to something bigger, something almost cosmic. But who was he?
Geshu Han, one of the Tang Dynasty's most famous generals. He was tasked with defending the empire's borders against, you guessed it, the Tibetan Empire. Not an easy job.
Talking about pressure. Okay, now the second verse is going to blow your mind. Chodaval.
Another punchy one, right?
It translates to, even now those who spy on our horses dare not cross Lin Tao.
Okay, wow. There's a shift, right? We went from Geshu the man to, boom, the lasting impact of the man. Even years later, his enemies are terrified. Exactly. And notice how the poem does that. It's not just boasting. See, Lin Tao, that wasn't just any random border town. It was the strategic choke point, constantly changing hands. By even mentioning Lin Tao, the poem is saying, this place you fear, Geshu tamed it.
It's like a warning disguised as poetry.
Right. It speaks to how much power a reputation had, especially in an empire built on, let's face it, military might. Geshu's name, his vigilance. It became synonymous with keeping the peace.
Wow. Can you imagine being Goshu, knowing that your actions, what you did on those lonely nights under the stars, it literally shaped the landscape for years to come? That's some legacy.
Absolutely. And here's the thing. It's not like we dug up some dusty scroll just to find this poem. It survived because people kept it alive, recited it, shared it.
Which says something too, right? Out of all the poems, all the stories from that era, this one resonated. So Goshu wasn't just some forgotten soldier. He became this almost mythical figure, a symbol of strength, vigilance, all that.
Yeah, exactly. And it makes you wonder, how many other geishas are out there? How many stories are hidden in plain sight, just waiting to be uncovered?
All thanks to a single poem. It's incredible. Just a few lines can transport us back to the Tang Dynasty, teach us about their leaders, their culture, their fears. Who knows what other secrets are out there?
That's the beauty of poetry and history, really. It's all about digging deeper, making those connections, and realizing that the past...
It's not so different from the present, after all.
Sometimes it just takes a fresh perspective, a new lens to see it clearly. And maybe, just maybe, a little help from a good poem.
And with that, we wrap up another deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring. Who knows what you might find?